Yeah, there's an interesting bit of news just breaking there on the Examiner. So former All-Ireland winning coach Eamon O'Shea is back in inter-county management, but his new role will be a lot less demanding than when he was guiding his native Tipperary to a couple of All-Ireland titles. O'Shea is going to take charge of a Galway development squad largely made up of junior players to play in a Connacht League in January, which will also include a team from New York and Longford. What do you make of that?
That's an interesting one. His own young fella might come into that category, would he? Like of a development squad, even though he was in around the senior squad last year. But
Donal, yeah. Well, look, I believe he's after filling out over the winter as well, and he was on the senior panel and featured against Dublin in the league at Parnell Park, and I think he was involved in other panels, but I can't remember him featuring after that. He could be and it could be a case of finding some of the players that have impressed in league, haven't previously been given, in championship in the club, haven't previously been given an opportunity with Galway, and they thought, well, let's get them in and see how they respond, see what the attitude's like, see is there scope for them to kick on to the next level. So, I mean, if you've got the resources to do it, why not?
Can I just say as well, development squads aren't the sexiest of squads, shall we say? It is a big sacrifice, and you have to think of the long-term picture. But if you know Eamon O'Shea is going to be shaping your play and what you could learn from him, like you wouldn't. I think you'd have lads. I know if I was in that sort of sphere or whatever, I fell into that category. You'd be running to try and see can he develop you and bring you on.
Yeah, there's other counties who have development squads anyway, so it's not like it's a completely unusual thing, is it really?
No, what would be unusual is the fact that they're actually going to get to play somewhat competitive games.
Because
it's usually just that, and that's the thing. When you mentioned about lads from number 26 in the panel to 36, you can come back to the club quite ring rusty from not having played many games. So at least they'll get a few games, and I'm sure it's a case of tipping away at a gym program, doing similar to what the senior players are doing, but just playing with your club, I'd say, the whole way through. I don't know if it's something that I don't know how long that's going to stay going for, if it's just something that's for the duration of that competition. But it is great to see New York and Longford involved in it as well. The chances for Longford to take part in those type of competitions are pretty slim, and obviously New York, like that's like I can't. It's a long time. I'll put it that way, but a fairly long time, 2 decades since they took part in a competition like that.